Hi everybody, it's Amy. This is an overview of Module 1, Assignment 1, Studies. It's also your turn-in page. So in this assignment, you're going to create a full sketchbook page of studies, and you get to choose what objects you would like to draw. You're going to be drawing the objects many times from a variety of angles. You're going to be doing this in your sketchbook. I'd like you to use pencil, Sharpie, preferably thin Sharpie, colored pencil, and then we're going to add watercolor at the end. So you're also going to take a digital photo of your studies and add it to this turn-in page when I distribute it to your OneNote. So this is the basic information about what materials, what size, and what methods you're going to use. I'd like you to really utilize the drawing techniques that we've covered in class so far. And then something new is we're going to be using watercolor washes at the end. We talked about studies and observational drawings in class, and one of the art history connections is about studies that we took a look at how artists use studies, like in these examples here, to investigate and consider objects. Also, we discussed Leonardo da Vinci and how he used studies in his work to basically describe and visualize human anatomy. So we took a look at a lot of these examples. So by the end of this lesson, you will have a better understanding of drawing from observation. You will not be drawing from a 2D surface like a book or magazine or a digital device. So drawing from observation and drawing numerous times is the goal of this assignment. There is a formative part to this, and that is practicing in your drawing packet. And we've done that in class already, but if you need more practice, please go ahead. The summative assignment is this assignment. This counts towards your grade, and you will be graded on Standard 2, which is making and investigating. And since studies are investigating, it fits perfectly with Standard 2. Our driving question is, how can observational studies enhance drawing skill building? So you're basically, how is it, beneficial to you to draw from observation? I do have some resources for you that you can use for this assignment. There's a studies link that takes you to the page we just looked at. And then I'd like you to read through this composition basics page. This is new to some of you. This is actually from my photography class, but it works really well with all of my art classes. So it discusses the rule of thirds, framing, lighting, or in a lot of art classes, instead of lighting, we think about contrast and value. The fundamentals of art, which are the elements of art and principles of design, and viewpoint. So please take a good look at that, because this is our first project with really looking at creating work with strong composition. When you're finished with your studies, you will be taking a digital image and putting it here in the turn-in page digitally. Please make sure it's well cropped and it's focused. And then please answer the question, what is your favorite part of your study? This is the rubric here, and the rubric does cover a lot for a 4, a little bit less for a 3, 2, and a 1. But please read through this, because basically a 4 is clearly organizing and developing your work. You're using artistic methods that are appropriate for the drawing, and you're showing some novel approaches. Just really do your best. I want you to fill one page in the sketchbook with studies of your objects. Try to overlap them or use a variety of sizes and shapes. I want you to really explore your subject matter and really try for strong composition. Look at that composition basics page, okay? I would like to see that you're showing an excellent demonstration in sketching and drawing your subject matter. Really put some time and energy into it. Make sure that your page is labeled with a topic. It should say studies on it, and add the date. Add some additional text or information that enhances your study. Some of the ones we looked at, like the lampposts and the shells, they had some nice texts that were written in them. This one has them going up and down, and it adds a lot to the composition. This one also has them overlapping, and the color's really beautiful. These are also overlapping in a manner as well. believe it or not, so are the hands. So thinking about variety of shapes and overlapping. The next thing is the page, we already talked about that. Personal stylistic additions have been added to enhance studies. So for a 4, you really need to be adding some kind of personalization to it. And then optional for a 4 is adding watercolor. So then if you look at a 3, it's just a little bit less than a 4 that what you're doing and creating. And a 2 is less than a 3. And a 1 is basically less than half the page is filled with sketchbook studies. Um, Minimal effort demonstrated in the sketches. I'm not really grading your effort though. I'm grading the actual subject matter and how you approach it. And then no labels or no dates. That puts you in this category. So you're welcome to use this as a checklist when you're self-assessing your work. And I'll add this in here. Please self-assess your work. This rubric will be available to you in paper form. So when we're ready to grade the sketchbook or the sketches in the sketchbook, studies in the sketchbook, you can do that on paper. It makes it a lot easier. Okay, so that's an overview of the studies assignment. I'm really looking forward to seeing your studies, and I want you to have fun with it. Thanks for watching.